Sorry if that was too loud. I love you too. Today marks 5 years and 60 days of my ketogenic journey. Had a great weekend keto-wise. Going to talk all about it and get into so much. We're going to dig into my work bag and expose all my empties for the snacks I had at work this week. We just going to talk all about it. Y'all know how this is. We're going to do the weigh-in, everything. And for those of you who are new here, I'm Keto Diamond. I've used keto to lose 155 pounds and get rid of 29 medically diagnosed diseases, including cancer and diabetes. And like I said, there's 29 of them. All right, y'all. Like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell because it is time to rant, rave, and misbehave.
I want to ring the bell.
I want to ring the bell too, Keto Diamond style. This is an advance apology. I may cough, hack, sneeze, might even pee a little because my allergies are killing me. I've had a severe sinus thing going on all day. Woke up with a headache, had a headache pretty much all day. The only time I didn't have a headache is when I was outside walking barefoot. That is the craziest, weirdest thing. I keep thinking it's a mind trick, but it's really not a mind trick because it works. Just the minute my feet touch the ground. But the problem is, at some point, I gotta come back in the house. And then my head started hurting, like as soon as I got in the front door. Weird. But, true. So, that experiment, anyway, is going great. Love, of course, walking on the ground. So, we'll get into that more. But definitely recommend take your shoes off. Get yourself on that green grass. It feels good. Or some sand if you got some sand. I got some sand too. I don't know how. We in the middle of North Carolina. But they sand. Maybe a hurricane dropped it many moons ago. I don't know. But we got sand. And dirt. And grass. And soil. We got all of it. I think we're in a perfect mixture spot. Anyway. I lost my work bag. I need that. Because I'm going to pull that out in a minute. And show you all my empties of all the snacks and everything I had, like I said in the intro, which I probably don't need to repeat myself. But anyway, this work weekend, all but the last 3 minutes of last night were fantastic. I don't even know what happened in the last 3 minutes of last night, but there's had to have been statements and everything else made, mostly on my behalf. It's a whole thing. Anyway, it was a ridiculous whole thing, but anyway, the 3 work days, fantastic, really. Wasn't hot at all. It was cold in the mornings, warmed up a little bit by mid-afternoon, but didn't get hot. No sweating. Love that with their AC. Yeah. Especially 12 hours, man. And I know you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing me say it because I complained all summer long about feeling like I've been swimming in hot, sweet tea all day long when I get home. I'm just hot, sticky, gross. Can't get the sticky off until you have a full-on bath. You just can't. You have to scrub it off. It's ugh. But that is not the case this weekend, which is why my hair looks greasy. It actually feels nice. It feels really soft, but it looks really, really oily. I don't know. Anyway, that's the tea. But it was a fantastic weekend. Everything went smoothly. The machines ran great. Gonna go ahead and tell you a little bit about the last 3 minutes of last night because the final bell had went off on the way out the door, and I was getting belligerently screamed at by somebody I've had issues with the entire time I've worked there. Now, there were 4 people. Now there's only 2. One doesn't bother me at all, but that other one, it's just I avoid like the plague. It just completely stay away from. But she found an excuse last night to scream at me as we were already leaving, and because of it, my husband witnessed it, and he got into an argument with her. My son witnessed it, and he went to this RPC. And then, like, a third shift maintenance guy witnessed it, and he went and filed a report, like, right away. So, for the first time, a lot of people witnessed it, and it gave me a lot of validation. If nothing else comes from it, while these people, that one dude, I don't even know, I've never met him at all. But, like, my son and my husband, I've told him about the problems I had before I was moved to a different area, which is like a weight just lifted off of me. It's so much better. But the person found an excuse to jump me last night about stuff, which wasn't really a valid excuse. But regardless, it happened. But it was validation because, like, I've told my husband about it. I've told my son about it. But they never actually saw it. And could not really, I'm sure, imagine. It must have sounded like I was kind of crazy, like just feeling like somebody was hating on me. But proof, validation, if nothing else, comes from it, you know, and there may be stuff that comes from it. My husband might actually get in trouble because he was shouting back, and they had a rather loud verbal disagreement about the way I was talked to, and the 3 people that I know of that witnessed it was very angry about it, very, very upset about it. So by the time I got home and got my chair last night, my regular supervisor called, who I guess is on vacation, has not been there all weekend, and was like upset that happened to me. So hopefully all will go well, but you never know. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, up until that last 3 minutes, all was right with the world. The work was great. It felt great. I'm not worried about me getting into trouble because I literally did nothing. I know I don't like to argue and shout. For me, seeing people act foolish, screaming and shouting, it's kind of a sign of weakness for me. If I see people doing that, and I know that everybody who sees people when they act like that, everybody's standing back going, "There's something wrong with you. You're touched. You ain't right." So I don't do that. That's just very, I don't, to me it's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of cowardice. If you're a good, strong person, it's perceived when people look at you. If you are confident, it's perceived when people look at you. You don't have to scream and shout to get your point across if you're strong and confident, because people know. It's there. You don't have to proclaim it. I've never wanted to go around going, "I am a strong female." I don't have to. If it's not displayed in my actions, then it's not real anyway. Words mean nothing, actions mean everything. So I don't like to shout, and even with somebody screaming full on at me, and if they touch me, that's another story. But shouting, shout. You're just making yourself look foolish. People are seeing the behavior, and they're seeing who's engaged in the behavior. I'm not worried about it because I hate to say it, but it does make people look weak to me. You see these people on all over the internet screaming at the top of their lungs inside of a store or something. You just look foolish. Nobody thinks you're strong, brave, and noble because of that. You just look foolish. You look very unconfident. You look uncomfortable. You look weak. You're standing on a limb by yourself. I don't engage in that. So I'm not worried about getting in trouble. I did literally nothing. And I said literally nothing. I was just like, alrighty then. You scream, you shout, you do what you gotta do. Everybody's looking. Now what goes on between me and him, that's a whole other story. Right now, over the last 4 or 5 years, ain't been no screaming and shouting. Dave's been screaming and shouting in the past, though. But that's between the husband and the wife, because sometimes you get tired of looking at each other. You spend just way too damn much time together. But anyway, yeah, I don't like that. So I try not to engage in that behavior. Even if somebody's screaming and shouting, I can wait until you're done, and then I can say whatever I've got to say. And that way I don't have to scream and shout. You know, if you finish now, I'll tell you what I think about that. But otherwise, there's no point because you're not going to hear me anyway. You're too busy listening to the sound of your own voice at the top of your lungs and your head. So, I have no use for that behavior. And seeing that behavior from anybody, just, to me, is just, right now they're weak for some reason. I don't know if it's right now or if it's always or if it's just a moment or what. And I'm sure everybody has their moments of weakness and stuff like that. But it's just, it's not worth it to me. It's not worth it. I don't want to shout. I'm not going to scream over you. Again, you're not going to hear me no way. You're too busy listening to the sound of your own voice and trying to get your words out there. That, and if I shout back, what happens? They shout louder and longer. I don't have time for that. I like to say it's because I'm grown, but it's not. I was like that when I was 20. Shout. You look foolish. But okay, shout. I just, different mindsets, different people. I know. And I know a lot. It's the way you're raised. But to me, it was weakness. It was always weakness and always a sign of unconfidence and cowardice. If you're truly confident, you can get your words out there in a rational, normal manner. But anyway. So, otherwise, great weekend. I really had a good weekend. Everybody was fantastic. Everybody showed up. Everybody laughed, joked, picked, played. We got these great little loudspeakers we talk smack to on the overhead in our area. So it's really nice. It's really loud in there, so can't really nobody hear you anyway. And a lot of times it sounds more like people.
Hey, Mama!
Hi, baby. Come here.
You don't want to hug.
Well, had to wait for that ordeal to be over. He's 3. He found a bottle of hand lotion and rubbed it all through his hair and on his entire body. He needed to be specially scrubbed down with some good soap. So, yeah. He's good. Big hugs. Now he's on his way to bed. Maybe. If he will. Alright, so let's talk keto. I can always tell when I'm in really good keto. When I'm in really good ketosis. How? Mentally attuned. I'm happier. I vibrate higher. I feel better. I feel good. I look thinner. I'm definitely thinner in special areas. Good. I feel great. I'm not bloated. I'm not puffy. My knees aren't all swollen and achy. Ooh. But I can tell the weather's changing. That's just an age thing apparently, but I can tell. So anyway, this weekend, hubby decided to forgo Taco Bell. Thank heavens. Everything I eat there, even if I go down just a touch, it's just a touch. And I never feel that great. There's always gas. There's always bloating. It's always noticeable. And I prefer not to, but I know that he loves it. We only have 45 minutes. Can't really rush to 2 or 3 places. So, yeah. We're stuck with one place pretty much. And Taco Bell's the fastest. So, it's not that I blame him. He also loves it the most. Again, I don't blame him. But I just really can't find anything there that works really well. So, I'm left feeling gross. However, this weekend, he went ahead and cut into the Wendy's parking lot. All 3 days. So, my meals were plain, basic, and boring this week. Very much so. But, good. Tasted good. All 3, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, on our lunchtime break, I had a Dave's triple. I ordered it with the bun and just peeled the bun off so I could hold part of the bun and eat it. I don't mind getting my hands messy, but when you're eating in a car and you don't really necessarily want to go back in the building for 45 minutes, I just don't want to get too messy. So, it's easier to order it and just peel the bun off in layers, but yeah. Or not really in layers, but in halfsies, So, it keeps my hands a little less messy, keeps the mayonnaise, the lettuce, the onions, the tomato all on there. And then on the way home, Friday and Saturday night, he stopped by Burger King, and both nights I got a double Whopper with cheese and peeled the bun back. I did not order these any other special way. I just pulled pieces of the bun off as I went. So that helps me. How it'll help you, I don't know. That's what I'm doing. And I'm happy with the results. Very much so this week. Very much so. Did check my ketones this morning. I was a 0.3, which is normal for me. Sometimes a 0.5, sometimes a 0.7. 0.3 is pretty much my baseline. Pretty much all the time. Plus, I'd already started drinking my coffee in the morning. So, that's on there. Now, let's get into my work snacks. Because this is the baggie I take to work. It is a freezer bag. And, not a freezer bag, a cooler bag. But it's huge. So, it's able to hold my 2-liter or whatever I take with me to work. My coffee cup when I'm done with it. Stuff like that. I took a crossword puzzle to work with me. Very easy one. Very easy one. Very childish one. This is for, it's very low grades. For grades 2 and 3. Because I took a harder one with me. I have these moments where it's very, very boring. Nothing to do for several minutes in a row while something's being repaired, fixed. And if everything is done that I need to do, then there's nothing for me to do but stand there mindlessly. Literally lost in my own thoughts, hoping they're good thoughts. Which, usually if you're just standing around thinking about nothing, you always end up angry about something. I don't like that. I don't like to stand there with nothing to do and be just bored to death. So, I took a harder one with me. I didn't have time to actually search for any words. I found like 3 all day. 3 words all day. This, much too easy. I completed the entire book this weekend. Yeah. And I need another one. I'm going to start taking those every weekend. Just so in those moments, I don't have to be so... well, 30 seconds has passed. Okay, it's been an hour, right? Oh, no. Another minute passed. Oh, surely that's been 2 hours. Dang, 6 minutes, really? So, I mean, those little moments go so slow and you're just nothing, it's just brain dead. So, yay for finding a little something anyway. Alright, let's get into my empties. One thing I did accidentally throw away. No, 2, but it's similar to the same one. So, on Friday morning, my husband stops by stores every morning to get him Monster Energy drinks. Now, I don't really care about them for the most part, but since they're 2 for whatever and he always gets 3, I'll go ahead and let him get that 4th one to save the discount and I can drink it. So, the one he got me on Friday and Saturday mornings were watermelon. And then this other one, and they're all 0 sugar. And this one is the Ultra Rosa. It says Rosa, but I think it's raspberry. I really can't tell, to be honest with you, but they're good. They're decent enough. I like the watermelon ones too, pretty good. I do like this one. I think I prefer this one better, but either way, they're all pretty decent. They are sugar-free, but they are chemical loaded pretty much. They are energy drinks, and they will break a fast. So I do not recommend using this until like after lunch if you're going to drink them. Make sure you've already had a meal, and that's what I've been doing. These are for lunchtime. I take a big thing of coffee with me in the morning, and and after I've broken my fast, which could be, with snacks or something like that. But it's usually after a meal. So, now, Friday morning I took no snacks. I had no snacks with me at all. But, Saturday morning, I got 2 things. This Jack's Leeks beef stick. It's 3 carbs for the whole thing. Did eat the whole thing. Took a long time to eat that. These things are thick and are really kind of difficult to chew on. But that was Saturday morning. Let's see. Alright, Saturday, a little later in the day, I had some Quest chips, protein chips. The chili lime. I like these. They got that weird spice to them. Alright. Sunday morning. Where's the rest of my empties? I know it's in here. There we go. This fatty 3.0 stick. It's a big fat sausage weenie thing. Kind of like a Slim Jim, only way softer. And it's huge. It was really easy to eat. This one I like. This one I really, really liked. This one is 3.0 smoked meat stick. 1 gram of sugar. No nitrates added. No MSGs. Grass-fed pork. Raised without antibiotics. Yeah, I like that one. I didn't pay attention to the price, so I couldn't tell you, but that's Sunday morning. And I also had, and this was, both of these and the other 2 were from the time we arrived till lunchtime. Because I always get really hungry, you know. So anyway, these were Sunday afternoon. These were in the trunk because I bought them at the grocery store. I was like, I might take this to work with me, so I just took them out and left them in the trunk. Sunday afternoon, I took the entire bag of pork skins in with me at 5 o'clock break. I ate them all. All of them. Oops. I actually didn't mean to. It kind of gave me a tummy ache, but it is what it is. All but like 4 because those 4 were too daggone hard to eat. So that was my weekend meals. I did not record them because I don't have a whole lot of time during the weekends. But here are the weigh-ins. Friday morning, 164.2. Yes, Saturday morning feels like I'm gonna have to go from AC to heat straight. 164. Sunday morning, 163.4. Alright, yes, it's what is today? Monday morning, 162.4. Yay! Now, keto wise, just dropping that little bit, not that big of a deal, not that much, right? But for my work weekend wise, dropping anything is a treat because I'm telling you, standing on my feet 12 hours a day, my feet and ankles swell, my knees even swell, my hips must swell because my ass feels bigger and they ache. A lot of you, if you have those demanding, physically demanding jobs, you'll understand this. My body does not cooperate after lunch. After sitting in that car for 45 minutes, as soon as I stand up to go back in for lunch, my legs are like, we're just not going to do it. You can forget that we're not going to do it. You just sit your butt right back down in that car, go home, feel sick, you ain't going. And you have to power through it because you have to go back to work. But your body is just, your brain and your body is fully demanding you do not do anything else. Your paycheck, however, says you better take your ass back in that building if you want to keep your car. You know, whiteboard. Where'd it go? Now that kid was not even in here that long. Rude. It was rude of you too. Hush. Oh, find it. Da-da-da. I hit myself in the head. My Superman. Da-da-da. All right, keto. September 26, 2022. 5 years, 60 days. Friday, 164.2. Saturday, 164. Sunday, 163.4. Monday, 162.4. That's a 1.8 pound down. Yo. And I know a lot of you, 1.8 pounds, that's not a lot. Keto, that's not a lot. For a work weekend, trust me, that's a lot. Alright? I play. Oh, look at that. Somebody sent me a message. But anyway, that's a lot for my work weekends. That is fantastic. That is fantabulous. Anytime I lose weight on the weekends, I feel special, y'all. I feel just plain special because I've been there for a year and a half, over a year and a half now, well over. And I've come to gauge those work weekends as just ain't nothing gonna happen. It's gonna take a few days to get my body right. But 1.8 pounds down, that means it's all right for me. I'm not saying you have to do it. For me, it's all right for me to have all the foods that I did eat this weekend. Oh, and there was dinner time thingies. Like later, I did eat ham and cheese roll-ups, but just ham and cheese roll-ups, like a piece of ham, just a piece of cheese, kind of rolled it together. Done. Takes 2 seconds, 2 bites, you know. So, but I am thrilled with that. I really, really am. Now I got another complaint to lodge. A big complaint to lodge. I'm just, Lord have mercy. My mama called me earlier. She's a little bit dramatic and she doesn't understand information too well, so I've told you guys all this many, many times. So when she called me and told me that they prescribed my daddy a new drug for his lung cancer. It's not lung cancer, by the way. It turned out it is. I'll explain that. I'll get to that in a minute. It's not lung cancer, but it's lung problems. They prescribed him new medication, but she called, tried to get it filled. They said they don't fill that. That's $10,000 a month, and his insurance don't cover that. The hell? Give me the name of this medication. So I'm thinking she's overly dramatic. No, she's not. They prescribed my father a medication that is $10,000 a month. Did aliens poop this out? Is it that rare? Did it come off an asteroid that you can't get unless you're a billionaire? What the hell is this? Dude, you just came in the house. Don't grin at me. I'm not going to bed right now. You got food and water. You done pooped. You done peed. Hush. Sorry. Anyway, this does not compute in my brain. He's 74 years old. Where the hell are you going to get $10,000 a month if insurance don't cover this? So I look up the medication. They have their own website. They do have programs that help you get it. It's only been approved recently in the last couple of years. My mom said, but it's FDA approved. So are cigarettes. Doesn't mean they're good for you. Regardless, not the point. This drug can cost up to $96,000 a year. And that's if you buy in bulk. It's newly founded, newly tested, all this stuff. And they have programs to help you get it. But the programs don't help you if you have insurance and do not help you if you're paying cash. This make no sense. I mean, I understand. Because you're either paying cash or you're paying with insurance. I don't know. Anyway, some company did call him some point today and told him they're going to help him get this medication. But when I read the specs of this medication on their own website, it could help with his problem. It could help with his problem. Not it does in most cases. Not it's a life-saving medication, and it will definitely change the game for you. Could help, but it also could give you heart attack, stroke, liver disease, kidney disease. Like, dude. Oh, what the problem with his lungs? He's got extreme scar tissue on his lungs, and over the last year, well, since the beginning of this year, he's had pneumonia 3 times. I'm not saying he doesn't need something to help him with this. I'm saying $10,000 a month. What the hell? I've never. Are you out your damn mind? Did you design a drug just for rich people? I mean, you could swallow a gold ring every day and not be $96,000 a year, unless you're rich. But that's not the point. It's not good for you either. I'm just saying. But he has scar tissue on his lungs. When he was 18 years old, he had a severe car accident which punctured his lungs. About 9 years ago, he had a motorcycle accident which punctured his lungs. And apparently there's some kind of polyps or something growing up around the scar tissue, and it's making the inside of his lungs sick. And I didn't know none of this. And she didn't know none of this. What do you do? What can you do? You know, I mean, love you too. I don't know. I just had to get that off because I was dumbfounded, floored, and I just couldn't believe it. It made my brain hurt. And I've had a really bad headache all day, but this is just a sinus headache because everything is just like right there, you know, coughing, hacking up something. So, just that gross time of year where it's beautiful outside and the trees are alive and you want to go outside and dance and sing, but you're like, pollen. Stay in the house, turn off the ACs, close all the windows. So, you know, I can't wait. I want to get outside. I want to play. I want to enjoy the weather. My sinuses are saying, no, you better get you some pills. So, you know, which you don't even want to take those, but I don't want a severe migraine either that's debilitating all day. Let me tell y'all something. Now, you guys know I am not a stranger to loud, screamy children at all. I'm not, because my grandbaby is the loudest kids I've ever heard in my damn life. But tonight, I had this migraine, and my husband and I went to a restaurant. I opened the bathroom door to go in. There's 4 small children, and they're squealing in these not marble, but tiled wall bathroom that's not very big. And I was like, I can't see. And then they're screaming, and I'm like, I can't see. And yeah, like, it's not y'all. It's not y'all. I'm used to children. It's just I wasn't expecting it. And the sound is like waving off the walls. So I was like, Wow, I'm dying. It's funny how sound can make you go, I can't see. But yeah, I will see nothing but stars. Anyway, I guess that's all I got for keto tonight. That was my weekend update, and I think I'll start showing you my empties. Is that okay with you guys? Do you like the empty thing? I've seen people show their empties before, things that they've bought throughout the week, and it would be all kinds of random stuff. This is the cake wrapper from the Little Debbie cake I had the other week. I bought some new mascara. This is the trash for it. Here's my... It's silly to me, but it also makes sense to me because at least then I have a visual representation, even though I've done consumed the food and it's all gone. Twice. Oh, that's the thing. For 3 or 4 days, I could not go to the bathroom. I had the urge, the need, the pressure, but not the ability. That is no longer a problem. And in other TMI, I'm on my period again. I just done this last week. And no, it's not menopause. I have been checked for that. I've been checked. They did a whole bunch of checks and balances and all that stuff, and it's not menopause. They don't know what's wrong with it. My IUD's sitting in the right place. The only thing they can see that's wrong, it's a common problem that's not really that big of a problem, is a small cyst on one of my ovaries. So, and that's been checked very well. So, damn if me and you know, and they don't know either. So, I just guess it's an irritating issue I get to deal with for a very long time. Hopefully not very much longer, but you never know. So, that is my keto update for the last 3 days of my work weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow with some more. But if you need help with keto, drop your comments below. I'll help you all day long. I don't mind at all. And there's many other knowledgeable people that watch my channel who watch me mostly just for fun, because while I'm very knowledgeable, some of them have done just as much research, if not more. Even though I wrote a whole website, KetoDiamond.com, you can go read it, find out everything. But pretty much everybody here has been doing keto for a very long time. They're very, very knowledgeable. So if you got questions, pop them in the comments. You're not going to get them answered any better anywhere else, most likely. So definitely feel free. Or if you want my help directly, my email address is in the description, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. So with all that being said, there's some great ways to support the channel down there, and I'm always here for you. If you want to talk, if you need anything, let me know, and we will conversate. Much love, many prayers. I see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.